Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to our events and commemorations meeting. Today is September 19th. It is 3:30 p.m. If we could have a roll call, please, Amber.
Mrs. Cooper?
Here.
Mr. Capel?
Here.
Ms. Strayer?
Yes.
3 present.
Looking for an approval on the minutes from August 15th, please.
So moved.
Thank you.
I was just
Second.
wondering if I was here.
Yeah, you and I. Seconded by myself.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Ms. Strayer? 2 yeas, minutes approved.
We will be discussing Christmas on the Square this afternoon. The Big Walnut Chamber of Commerce is represented by Mrs. Crawford. Would you mind taking the podium? You have her special event permit application in your packets. And it does sound like maybe some things will be a little bit different this year. Do you want to go over what might be different and what's consistent?
So for the most part, everything is as it has been in the past few years. We knew last year that our horse and carriage folks, our Clydesdales, that it was probably going to be their last year. And the chamber actually looked into bringing in something else like ice skating. That's not an option for us this year. Carpenter's Clydesdales has confirmed that they are unavailable this year. So we are working on finding somebody who can at the very least provide that horse and carriage for Santa and Mrs. Claus at the end of the parade. I was hesitant to welcome in a new business with horse and carriage if we were just going to eliminate it next year in hopes of doing ice skating. But I'm also concerned that that's a big draw for the event. So I am researching what we might be able to do in this place. I also know that as the city grows and safety becomes, not that it wasn't a concern before, but with the growing population, there are concerns about the streets being closed from the horse owners standpoint, going around the square, the Cherry Street in particular remains open it can be dangerous for the horses, which in turn will be dangerous for the residents. So I hate to see that go away, but I think that for everybody's safety, we need some kind of incentive. I'm open to suggestions. And
I mean, you've talked before. Haven't you talked before about having some sort of animals, different animals, but not on the street? Just like, I don't know if it was like a petting zoo or what it was. I don't know. It's been a couple of years now.
Yes, I think we had alpacas.
Oh, yeah.
Sheep 2 years ago. They weren't able to be here last year. We are looking to invite them back. Another, I don't want to say addition, it's something that's new within the past few years, but it's what the Christmas on the Square had years ago. Christmas carolers. So I have found a couple of people that did this back in the day that are willing to do it again. And now I'm just reaching out to residents and saying who would like to join us.
Did you have the middle school
So I was gonna say that
last year?
The city actually did that.
Oh, we reached out to the middle school? Have we done that?
yes.
Will we do that?
Yes, the middle school, I've reached out to them already. They will be here. They're gonna help us with the tree lighting and sing 1 or 2 additional songs as well.
Okay. And what are you thinking in as far as your Christmas carolers?
So I remember years ago, folks dressed up in like Victorian garb and they just walked around the square singing Christmas carols. It kind of fits the theme of our Christmas event. So that's what I'm gonna bring back. Who knows, maybe other people, whether they're dressed, appropriately or not, will want to join in, but I know that without, and even though it's a really long line to wait on a person carriage ride, it's something that residents get to do. And so I'm looking for something they can do. We have Santa for the kids, and we will have and some other activities, you know, the Santa letters that we did last year. We're looking to have the Santa Dollar contest again. Of course, we'll have our food truck vendors, our nonprofits and market vendors. The businesses will, you know, do their decorations in our hot cocoa. But we really like to have something where the residents feel like, oh, this is a fun activity that we can do.
There was a team of halflingers that used to help out the Myers Inn. They had some type of function on the square several years ago, but there was a team of halflingers. And they would not circle the square, but they would go around the outside of the square, a couple of the side streets. And you know what, if you did that, a lot of times in December, now this was in the summer, but in December, a lot of these older houses have their Christmas lights on. And it would be kind of fun to take the side streets around.
For the streets closed for that?
For the halflingers, I think their route, it was in the summer and it might have been some type of, it was a festival that was tied into the Myers Inn. But they went around down near my house, Vernon Street and out that way. But that was in the summer. If you were looking for if you could find, I don't know if it was an older couple, so I don't know if they're still doing it, but this is kind of a horsey area still. And with the brown jug, you know, a lot of those breeders, or if there used to be a gentleman, or there were people that haul logs out of fields, they still use horses. I don't know if you could find an Amish group or.
We have reached out to a few folks. The problem is a lot of people are already committed.
Gotcha.
Weekend, it's a busy weekend.
Gotcha.
That's why we get to the ice rink this year. I would love if we could somehow, you know, include Jared Smith Park, but then I also worry about people. Who
Yeah,
want
even
big
around
square.
that. Yeah, that's true.
I just-
When it sounds
People say,
like you're not against horses, but it sounds, what I'm hearing you say is that you would like to maybe do something new that would be sustainable in future years, in addition to if you could potentially bring an ice skating rink. Is that so? Not that you would turn horses down, but like you're also open to hearing other ideas that could be on the square.
What about a little trolley car? And is Galena gonna be open that night? Cause we talked about Galena and us being open, like Sizzle and Sounds used to do, you know, back and forth.
I actually reached out to them a few years ago and asked if we could do it that way, people can attend both streets.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other thing doesn't really allow participation, but we are considering putting luminaries with battery operated. Both on the Sunbury Square and Galena Square and Cape Cod, just something to continue that add to the charm. This is such a great event, I don't want to lose its appeal by not having that person here drive and I try to be mindful of the city and the police and not close down, because, you know, we're only asking for the streets to be closed for our parade, which is pretty small.
Put a tractor and a hay wagon or some kind of wagon that work.
Again, those are typically pretty wide.
You're trying to keep it on the square, not on the road.
Let's keep it on the square and off the streets. And we also don't want to, there are companies out there that have cute little train rides and snow globes and photo booths, but they don't really fit the theme of our event. So we want to keep this vintage, charming Walmart theme, then it limits us somewhat.
I think those are cute ideas.
Some of those old costumes, they were kept at the either the Myers Inn or the Cleaners. Those old vintage costumes, they might still be there.
What is the city offering on Christmas on the Square? Are we offering something in this building?
Well, we haven't really talked about it yet. We've done a couple of different versions of ornament making. And what I would say is that, it's pretty full in here. So I think maybe this is not an ideal space for what we were trying to do. So, but having said that,
I'd like to see a community center
We'll do
maybe
something.
by Christmas.
There you go. I mean, we'll do something, certainly. Yeah, the building will be open. We'll certainly do something. I do know that one of the other vendors, I want to say the Lions Club, also did ornament making as well. So we'll coordinate that.
Coordinate that.
In the year prior, we did ornament making at the city building. So like I said, we'll do something, but it just may not be the same scale as last year because
You coordinated
it ended up
it
being
with
too
the
big.
tree, the smaller tree,
Yep.
and that was a really went over well, right? Okay, so last year we did ornament making up here, and then
Yeah.
you had Santa on the first.
Right.
And was there cookies or anything, or it was just sit on Santa's lap?
I also know that since I've been with the chamber, we have not had the chamber open, but note say that previously we had our craft fair there. I'm willing to consider opening it up if it helps. I don't know if you guys want to move what you do back into the municipal building. If we should move Santa to our spot, I'm willing to work with the city so that we can both, both have a space to.
Who else do you have on the square that provide, who else what did you say you had like a nonprofit market?
We have, so we have our market, but it winds up being more churches than anything else. So churches, we do have a few crafters that come out.
Scouts? Do the scouts?
The scouts, well, sometimes, yes, the scouts actually, they usually are right outside the town hall because they use the kitchen, I believe. And then we do our ice sculpture, we connect down here. Tree lighting, the donut pop, contest is across the street. Santa Dawn is out here. Yeah, and we both have, we've got the personal carriage rides that free, but I prefer we just keep Columbus, Columbus Street open. But we still have room on the square to do things.
You had a nativity scene. Is that still?
So a couple of years ago, I had somebody that was interested and then she backed out and it's been difficult to find people that are interested in doing things that the chamber used to do, 10, 15 years ago. I would love to bring all of that.
And at one time, somebody brought reindeer.
We'll have our nativity scene from St. John Evans that was
Yes.
provided by the Lions.
Okay.
Christmas tree set up. I'm bringing the Christmas carols back, if I can get a live nativity scene. There was also some concerns over the animals because we were gonna have the alpacas and the sheep and the horses and the dogs. So we don't wanna have too many animals and bring the frenzies, so. But I'm open to, suggestions and I'm researching it. I thought a Christmas dance would be fun. Of course, they're suggesting using a barn. We don't have a barn and the town hall's already used for Santa and of course, so. Wreath making, there are things we can do. It's just how will it work logistically? Does it make sense? Will it bring enough interest? So I'm thinking about it in September, so we've got some time.
You had to watch a Christmas episode of Gilmore Girls. Surely they did it right in Stars Hollow.
One thing that I wanted to mention, it's not an application because I don't believe there's a line for it. I think this came up at the board also, is the use of the gator. Hopefully you can use the gator that day.
Oh, go ahead.
What's that?
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to confirm that there will be a dumpster for us outside.
Yeah,
Okay. We're looking into corporate boxes again, if not, we may have to hire somebody. And I don't have it in the application, but I was able to locate the amount of cones and barricades that we used, at least from 2022. I would imagine it was the same. We have to make some slight adjustments, or it would be better because we won't be blocking off this month. I can email that to you.
yeah, that works.
And another thing that's not in the application, as I failed to mention it, was our banners for our sponsors, having the service department put those up. And then I surrendered all of my green stakes after the 4th of July. So when we put our ground gators in, I will just take the swag and please assure Alex that I will take them off after 2 weeks.
I was just gonna ask that question, so, yeah, thank you.
Anything else that you would like the city to be aware of?
I believe that's it.
Do you have any fire, police, or emergency services questions or issues that need worked through?
Unless anything's changed, I have all of my notes from previous years and I will reach out to them and make sure that we're good.
Okay.
I did want to confirm with the city though, the tents, the ordinance claims that 400 square feet is the maximum, I believe, that's next. I understand that.
Yeah, I think we would want to check the fire department standard as well, because I think theirs actually maybe a little bit smaller than ours, so, and I think there was one question about the heated, yeah, those need to be outside of, the tent. They can't be under the tent, right?
And this is now, I think, your 3rd year of doing this. And so, or maybe your 2nd year with having this events and commemorations meeting. So you will make sure that you communicate to all of your parade drivers about the parade best practices. Everyone will show their ID. We won't stop. We'll keep it going.
Yeah.
Lights.
Speaking of which, I was under the impression, due to my notes, that should say the chamber's notes, that the VFW and American Legion stopped and did a 21-minute salute. They actually told me last year, they only do that for Memorial Day, that is not a Christmas thing. So that was the only reason we would have needed to stop, and they said, no, we don't do that for Christmas. So we have no reason to stop.
Okay, great.
And we will not allow throwing anything from our floats or vehicles. Walk and hand it out, do it before or after, but we're not going to change that.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Any concerns from staff that haven't been addressed? Any concerns or comments from the committee?
A Christmas concert, if you're gonna do away with the horse and buggy, that would be kind of nice.
That was actually another suggestion, and I'm all for music. We have DJ Nico, who, aside from when Dave Mazza MCs the parade, he does announcements and he DJs music from the right in front of the Southern Forest. So I don't know if that would
Have you confirmed with them?
Yes, yeah. No,
You could reach out to Mariah Carey and see if she's available.
been reaching out to some big names like this. No, of course, if the weather doesn't agree, then we lose our DJ, but.
You might
Well, that
lose a
country- that
concert
country-
too if the weather's terrible.
Country band that's from Delaware.
Maybe next year we'll have. a little bit of
Yes.
this.
You don't want to, you're saying you don't want to do competing music. You've already confirmed DJ Miko this year, but maybe in another year. Okay.
And we'll have the Christmas carolers, and I know that everything, if you're on this side of the square, you're going to hear the music, and if you're on that side, you're probably not gonna hear it anyway. But if we've got Christmas carolers, you know, walking around singing. We don't want to censor it, so. But we'll come up with something.
Sounds good. I appreciate you turning this in on time, giving us plenty of time to get it to our Parks Department and then to council. So I appreciate the lack of last minuteness. Okay. There is no unfinished business today. Do we have any visitors that would like to speak to the committee? Okay, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mr. Ayer?
Yes.
3 yeas, we are adjourned.